in terms of the content, and if we don't, then the consumer is going to dictate that our product's not worth the price of admission, and we're going to have to find new ways to find that audience. I think that in the case of the movie business or music business, you could argue potentially that record labels overcharge the public for a long time, making you take a whole CD or record if you only wanted one song, and now it's the get back. My opinion is that the truth lies somewhere in the middle, and it's up to us to figure out, what our content is worth, and how we want to give it to our consumers.
Just to come back to your Farmville example, because it's kind of the opposite of what you were saying about content that's worth paying for. Here it's avoiding to play a game, an enjoyable experience by watching an advert just for points. And video games aren't really about that. It's about an enjoyable experience and something worth paying for. Shocking example.
A couple of things quickly to come back to what you said. This becomes an ethical question, okay? If you have laws, copyright laws, which are there to protect copyrightable content, whether it's pharmaceutical products, film content, music, whatever, any kind of creative content, then those laws should be enforced. And my big point is that they have not been enforced the last 10, 15 years because there are ulterior reasons for why that should not happen. That's lobbyists working on behalf of Apple, Nokia, and so on. Just to come back to the film thing very quickly, I lived in Hong Kong a long time. The local Hong Kong film industry was decimated by piracy. You're talking about an industry which made some of the best-known Bruce Lee films, whatever. It was brought to its knees. It's still suffering enormously. It's going to happen, when the bandwidth comes along for films, you can make the best content you want, but I don't know how you're going to control it unless people start enforcing it.
There's another question.
And what do you think about subscription business model? Because it looks like loads of music services go there, like Spotify, for instance. Does it work for books? What do you think? Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's very possible there will be a subscription model, say, I don't know if it would be done by a publisher or by Amazon and Apple, where it would be very much like the Book of the Month Club, where you would sign up and either have access to any book that's there for a monthly price. I don't know how they would remunerate the authors and the publishers, but once they get to a certain number of books, it makes more sense to just pay a monthly fee and then read as many books as you want. I don't know the economics or financials of how that would work, but I think somebody will try that. Just like with Apple iTunes, you can pay by the song, but there's also Rhapsody where you just subscribe and you get any song you want. And so I think it will be very soon that somebody tries a model like that.
For video games, it's a service that some people have tried and are still trying. The issue that I have as a consumer and a player is that it cheapens every experience and it lessens your emotional involvement with that property. So Spotify is like a buffet, and all of a sudden you just don't want to eat a buffet. You just want to go for the things that you like. And I hope that people will be prepared to invest more time, more resources, more money into premium experiences that are really crafted around their needs. But that's a personal opinion.
I think that subscription services for certain things can be a great access point. I agree with the rest of the panelists, though. You have to figure out how to aggregate that across and make it worthwhile for the content providers, which I think is a big model to figure out. I also agree, just coming back, that piracy, is one of, if not the biggest, detriment to any kind of content creation. So to the degree that we can regulate laws that are already in place, we'll all be the better for it.
I'll just read one sentence very quickly. Thanks. This is from Apps for Music Subscription Services play tunes on the spot. New apps from online music subscription services turn smartphones and other mobile devices into celestial jukeboxes. They can play millions of songs on demand anywhere for a monthly fee of $10. Is that great?
No questions anymore. Then I try to summarize all this. The future is going to be amazing, and that's it. The organizers of the Frankfurt Book Fair, and I hope you have found some interesting workshop panels, people, maybe ideas or perspectives for your own business. And here at the end, I, last but not least, want to thank all partners and sponsors for supporting this conference. And I thank you for your attention and that you have joined us. And I think also all panelists, not only the one that are here at the moment, but all of the conference, for joining us. It was very, very interesting and a very wide field of issues. Yeah, and I think you should have a nice evening with all these ideas together, the new ideas, and bring it on the line. So enjoy the fair the next day, and yeah, bye. Maybe up to next year.